Welcome in, everybody. It is 2 o'clock. It's a Monday here in the Bullpen. I'm Tony Mack. That is Tricky Ricky. And we're looking over here at the beautiful Toyota field where our grounds crew getting everything ready for a 6-game series, which starts tomorrow. That's right. The Trash Pandas fresh off of the first 6-game series of the season, where they went down to Birmingham and they took one, not two, not three, not even 4, but 5 of the 6 games. The Trash Pandas took those, and now they're coming back home where they were, 1-2, leaving here. They come back here 6-3. So in great shape are our Panders.
At the head of the North Division where they ended last year and tied for the top of the Southern League, right where they were at the end of last year as well. Do you hear that? Do you hear that in the distance? It's another bat waking up.
Oh,
it's not that leaf blower you hear over there.
Leaf blower.
No, I was hearing something else. I got hearing like a Cornish game hen, son. This sucker's, I can hear him from distance. All right, don't Google the hearing capability of a Cornish game hen. It's the first animal I thought of. But I can hear, son, and what I'm hearing are little bats waking up every other day.
Man, you weren't kidding. Let's just hope those bats don't get taken away from us.
Oh,
we had another one. Look. Now
our kids are growing up so fast.
You know that we're so happy when we have former Trash Pandas that are either smoking AAA, like Trey Cabbage is currently doing, Jordan Adams hitting well.
Half the team out there, pretty much.
And then, as you know, a lot of guys in AA baseball will get called up to AAA. Well, here we have something special where quite a bit of them, when we're in season, they skip that step. They go straight to the parent club. They go straight to the Major League club. Logan O'Hoppe, in between seasons, he left us and is now, became the youngest starter ever for the Angels, youngest catcher ever to start a game for them on opening day. And then over the weekend, Zach Neto was hitting the ball so good against Birmingham. Birmingham probably rejoiced afterwards because he got called up and played in his first game. Was it yesterday or the day before?
I believe he was in the lineup on Sunday. I think Saturday was when he arrived to Fenway. I don't know if he got in the game or not.
He went 0 for 4 that day, I believe.
Okay, so Saturday then, and then I saw he was at the top of the lineup for Sunday, and then he's playing right now.
Yeah, the Angels started a game at it was supposed to be at 8 o'clock this morning. They ended up starting it at 10, I think, in Boston, and it ended up going in and out of delays, and it's currently in the 4th inning. This game's been going on for 6 hours.
It's Patriot Day. That's why the marathons today. I think that's always. Did the marathon go long and then they bring everybody in and then play the game? I don't know how that works.
I have no idea how it works. I know
it's a huge thing in Boston.
They're not supposed to get all the rain that they got, and that's what hampered the game on several delays.
Oh.
And then it got a weather delay a few times, and then here we are now where we're in the 4th or 5th inning of a game that started 6 hours ago. So. But the positive out of that game is you mentioned Zach Neto, who was in the lineup on Saturday, was in the lineup yesterday. Today, recorded his first Major League hit. How about that?
Dude, a week ago, this guy was asking about our dance at second base. and within a week, he's signing the wall at Fenway Park.
You think?
This job makes no sense. This is the craziest stuff ever. Some of the stuff we witness and the people we get to talk with and interact with as they come through town on their way up is just bananas, man. I love that Zach Neto got called up. Great guy, great ball player. And, when you're a number 1 pick or you're a first-round pick like Zach, there's expectations. Mm-hmm. There's always eyes on you. And it can affect a lot of guys negatively. You can take them out of the zone. where maybe that wasn't an issue before, but now it is. Zach was never that guy, and he was never like, I'm a first-round pick, Never. I'm just going to lay low until I get to the bigs because this isn't where I'm supposed to be. He was taking photos with fans. He's signing autographs after the game. Some guys at this level get it, but not many do. Some of them are either really good on the field, they're really good off the field, but it's hard to find a guy that can do both. And Zach Neto is one of those guys, man. He gets it on the field. He gets it off the field. Those are the things you need to be a superstar as a pro athlete. And I think he's on his way there, dude. So impressed.
And as you saw our video on Twitter that Lucas put up to preview the podcast is me and Ricky walking, meeting in the center of the room, and embracing in a hug. That's not just because we love each other. That is because Zach Neto, we were recreating what Zach Neto and Logan O'Hoppe did in the Angels dugout. They met with a huge hug, a huge embrace. Our dudes are doing it, and they're doing it the right way. So we love to see it. We're so happy for those guys. And again, it didn't really, yes, when you take a guy who was literally batting like 500 out of the lineup, it's tough. He hit in the 4 games against Birmingham. He was 9 of 18. He was literally batting 500.
They announced him Southern League Player of the Week today.
So you're taking the player of the week away. You're definitely going to feel it. But luckily for us, before Neto got here, Neto was a first-round pick last year. Trash Pandas were really good before he got here. And then he kind of solidified that shortstop position. We had to start moving some guys around because we had other dudes playing shortstop. I believe Levon Soto was one of them who's not here either. He's in AAA. But that infield had to be shuffled around a lot. So we can naturally go back and put somebody else there, right? We've seen – I would imagine Jeremiah might get a shot at it maybe when he gets back, but he's on paternity, papa leave right now. So, but I think we saw Gomez come in and fill in when Neto left. So we've got plenty of guys capable to fill that shortstop spot.
Yeah, you see Jose Gomez kind of going third base, second base, shortstop wherever they need him. Kyron Paris right there.
Paris is another good one.
Yeah, Jeremiah, saw him at the driving range yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I played some golf yesterday, and I'm waiting on my lady friend up there to get a snack at the turn. I'm sitting there in my cart, and I look over to my right, and I see a guy he looks like Jeremiah, like the silhouette, but he's kind of far away, and he's wearing like a Trash Panda pullover, and I'm staring at him. And then I realize he's staring at me, and we're both staring at each other. And so I go like this, and then from the distance he goes, Ricky! I went, hey! So everything's good on that front. From some of the intel I got at the driving range yesterday at around 3 o'clock at the turn.
How does hips look? They look flexible.
Oh, look good. I was just waiting for him to leave so they didn't see me hit the ball. I feel like they lose professional respect for me at that point. So, but yeah, he's going to be back in that lineup here pretty soon. And man, when I saw the news Saturday about Neto getting called up, it was bittersweet.
It is. It always is, man.
It's bittersweet. You're happy for the guy, and he's got such a great family too, and this is everything you fight for and everything you work hard for. But myself, I had a headband endorsement through the team, and we were supposed to do a photo shoot this week. It was going to be me and Zach. It was going to be called Dumb and Dinger, and we were going to take photos like a buddy cop, like movie or something, or like a comedy. We're like, hey, taking all those stupid photos to show off the headbands, because he always wears headbands on the field. I always wear them off the field. And the Angels decided to rip that opportunity away from me.
Yeah, so
because they care about wins and playoffs and stuff, and not, a 30-minute photo shoot that I could have said I did with a professional baseball player.
Look, good for Zach Neto for living his dream or whatever.
Good for you, dude.
But, who doesn't get to live their dream now as the dumb part of Dumb and Dinger? Ricky.
That's right.
You never think about what gets left behind.
One dream was made, another was dashed.
Well, good for you or whatever.
Oh, Trout and Ohtani need someone in the start of the order. Oh, we want to put him straight at leadoff. Show off, honestly. Can I just go ahead and say what I feel about Zach Neto?
Absolutely.
Right? Complete show off. Everything I said earlier was a fraud. The guy only thinks about himself. He leaves the little ones in his dust like me, and it makes me sick, honestly. I couldn't even watch the game today. I heard he got his first hit.
He did, man. Unlike Ricky, I'm so happy for Zach Neto. He he's 1 for 3 on the day so far. He was one of the 5.
I'm like that fan from Major League 2. Remember, he was into the Cleveland Indians, and then all of a sudden he didn't like the team, so he started rooting against them. On Sunday, I'm like, yeah, that's right, Neto, you bum. You never get a pitch you like in this league. This ain't yours no more.
Is that Randy's kid, Randy Quaid's kid?
Yeah, you ain't playing in Rocket City no more. I'm wearing a trash panda hat with an X through it, you know. You could never cut it up there, man. He went to Campbell. They're mascots, the Campbells. Come on, whatever.
Could probably just pick another player to do the thing.
I know. I'm of course joking. I'm very happy for him, but you owe me a headband photo shoot, all right?
He's 1 of 3 so far today.
No joke. Everyone on staff sent me a text after the news broke. I was like, oh, that's so cool. Oh, wait, I got a text. I guess that headband shoot's gone. I'm like, come on, man. Don't remind me. I know. Proud of him, though. If I got to be the stepping stool into the majors for these guys, I'll do it. I mean, the Tricky Ricky bump is real. Okay,
that's right.
A couple guys on the field last year. They got called up the next night. We got a photo shoot scheduled with this dude. He gets called up the day before.
You know what we call that?
Just saying.
The bullpen bump, baby. It's real.
It's the bullpen bump, folks. It's real.
So
anybody on the team, if you're listening right now, got your day off, you want to get out of this place? Maybe hang out with us.
We should be getting a player on Friday. We're not going to do a pod on Wednesday because of the day game, but on Friday we should be getting a player on. Every homestand, we should get a couple players on the podcast come up, chit-chat with us for a little bit, but we're looking to maybe have Kenyon Yovan on Friday. I would love to have Jeremiah on, too, to talk about what it is to be a new dad. I went through that about a year ago almost, so that'd be a fun conversation.
We'll get him on here, man.
He did something really similar, man.
The LA Angels don't decide they need him more.
I think the first weekend Oliver was born, I also did the same. My family came to visit, so we went golfing.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't know why that's a thing, but yeah, we
just feels
like
right.
a rite of passage.
Yeah. I was hoping I would get called up to the tour midway through my round. Maybe I could.
Ricky, you were embarrassed to let 2 people watch you hit the ball.
Oh, dude. I sat at the 10th tee box, because they were taking a while getting the snacks, and I was occasionally looking over my shoulder like, are they gone yet? I hate when people see me go. Like, if you get to the tee box and there's another group waiting and they're just back there lurking, my head's gone.
It is, because you've been that person lurking before and you know exactly how they think. They judge you so hard.
And I'm with my wife yesterday, and this group comes out of nowhere. Four frat dudes look like they're all 19 years old, all wearing matching Hawaiian shirts and khaki shorts, and their ball just ends up right in front of my tee box. So we're sitting there, and it's a busy day, so we're waiting anyways. But these guys, I mean, they stunk. They were kind of holding the club like a hockey stick, and this dude was chipping it out of some dirt and just like roots from a tree. Like, you weren't chipping anything. So he's doing the whole Happy Gilmore. It's all in the head. It's all in the shut up. That kind of thing. And this guy hits it hockey style. The ball dribbles about 10 feet, and my wife from the cart goes, "Hoop!" and then catches herself they're 20 yards away. She goes, "Hoop!" and then the guy goes and stares right at us, and I'm just sitting there like,
She should have just pulled one of where she just put her
she
like
did
she
immediately just and then the guy knew it was such a bad shot. He was like, yeah, I just got to take that one, and he walked away.
Good. Start them young. Teach them early. They don't have it figured out.
Oh, man, they were riding up the dudes playing in front of them. Like, the guys in front of them were finishing at the green, and they're sitting right off the green, ready to hockey shot their balls onto the green. And so the guys get done, like, hey, well, you guys in a hurry? What's going on? So they gave these guys a bunch of crap. And, I mean, they were talking to them for a few minutes, and they looked shook because these were grown men. This was a men's day at the course, and these dudes are over here hockey shooting it at their shins, right behind them, and then my wife laughs at them. So these dudes probably never play golf again. I mean, they were shattered. That was on 18 too. That's how they ended their day.
Oh,
yeah.
No. And they don't after that, after getting talking to from actual men playing the game, and then someone laughing at them, they don't look at the scorecard and see that they shot a 115. They look at the scorecard and they see hole 6. That's not a double bogey. I got laughed at by a woman. A chick laughed at me on that hole.
It was brutal.
At hole 13, that wasn't a triple. No, hole 13 was when those guys treated me like I was 10 years old.
At hole 18, some grown men dressed me down on my golf etiquette, and then a grown woman I never met laughed at me. All in a span of 5 minutes. Tough day. You know, you can have a bad day on the course. I'd rather have a bad day stroke-wise than have that situation unfold.
Fair enough.
It's not pretty.
Let's go to the comments here. I like what we got going over here on the comments. Several comments getting in. Thank you, Robert, for getting in. We love to see you in here every day. I hope you're doing well. Charles getting in as well a couple times. He says, did Ricky lose a bet and have to shave? Maybe I'm just late to notice. No, he shaved.
Is my facial hair noticeable to where people do notice when I shave?
Yeah.
I'm very insecure about my own facial hair. Probably because it grows at levels of like the same level like a middle school girl would grow facial hair. It's pathetic. And so I don't know.
No, I noticed too.
Yeah.
I just didn't know where you were with it. I think personally, because I think you do grow a pretty sick mustache. I think that no matter what you do with the cheeks and the chin,
it's a mess.
Like whether you continue to let it grow or you want to shave it often, you should never shave your mustache in this. Maybe trim it to keep it from going in your lips.
That's what I had been doing, but then I thought it looked stupid.
No.
Someone said, "Hey, I like your mustache," and I was like, "That's a joke."
No, dude, it works. It really does work, especially when you do the headbands and the
all right.
sunglasses. You should definitely keep.
I mean, as a lip jacket connoisseur myself, or say an aficionado, I'm all about it. That's all I needed was one positive take on my facial hair for me to grow it out and have it look as terrible as it normally does. So, Chuck, I'm back on, dude. I didn't lose a bet. I lost a bet with the guy in the mirror this morning. I went to bed with a mustache, and I looked at it this morning after I got in the shower. I'm like, oh, I can't. I got a marketing meeting. I can't go into that meeting with this thing.
Daddy Yovan gets in, and he says, better than 50-50. Kenyon and a few guys are playing right now. So.
Wait, what?
See, Kenyon and the guys are out playing on the course, I believe.
Hey, man, if there's a divot over there, actually on the driving range, it's mostly sand.
What course?
The one by the airport.
Okay.
There's just a rope right there where you're supposed to stay behind when you're at the driving range part, and I got really close to it, and then I hit it, and then it caught my wedge. Caught my iron, and then it ripped it out of the thing, and the little piece of wood it was tied to went flying out of the air, and then it ripped the rope from down at the. I'm sorry. That was me. I did that.
Ricky, I've been golfing with you before. You're not that terrible. You're not terrible to do something like that.
Well, I don't know. No, I mean, I had some
after
really good
you saw
shots.
Jeremiah?
I hit the flag pin from like 100 yards out on one shot. I had some shots that I was like, I'm going pro. Like, this will happen. I don't know if this won't be now, but at some point I'm going pro. And then I had some shots where it's like, dude, do I have vertigo or something?
No matter what happens, man, you could be shooting the worst round of your life, but somewhere between like hole 15 and 18, you're going to hit a shot, and you're like, if I just do that every time, you can't stop me. Mm-hmm. I'll be late at like 35, but I'm going to hit the pro at 35, get my pro card.
Then I hit one shot. I was using a blue golf ball, and it was so close to another group that I changed to a white golf ball because I was scared they were going to come over and be like, "Yeah, you shooting blue?" And I'd be like, "Where would I get a blue golf ball from?" No, that wasn't me. So I'm a coward on the golf course. I was a complete bum and a coward on the course. This is why I didn't want the boys to see me. I'm like, this is not. I didn't wake up today in the zone.
See, Gigabyte Memory gets in. He says, so what's going on with Neto again? Something about playing with the Angels? Yeah, Neto got called up on Saturday. Played yesterday, and then got his first hit today.
I think this person knows. You see their next comment? Love from California. I'm right next to Angel Stadium.
Oh,
so what's up? What's up, Gigabyte Memory from California?
Technically, we're closer to Zach Neto right now than they are because Neto's in Boston right now.
This guy owns a map. How about him? He owns a map.
But, I can't wait for him to come home and play for you guys in front of the home crowd. He is 1 for 4 today. He did get his first hit. Logan O'Hoppe is 1 for 3 today. The Angels lead 5-1, top of the 6th inning. Good bounce-back day. Shohei went out there and pitched. Did they bring him back out after the delay? Let's see if they brought him back out because it was a really weird
It's a very
start
long
to the game.
delay, too.
Yeah, they didn't. He pitched 2 innings, and they brought Davidson out, who pitched 3 pretty good innings so far. So, Angels taking care of business right now. That's really good to see. Again, I think they're 7-8 right now, but I think this is a roster, in my opinion, at least looking at it in the preseason, that should be contending for a playoff spot. It's a good roster.
They've had leads for a lot of these games, too.
I saw a tweet today that said like their percentage to win. Well, at the start of the delay was like 83%. They've had a percentage of 70% or higher in 14 of their 16 games.
Same issue that hit them last year, man. They're getting leads. They're playing good, but can't hold it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, you're right. I mean, a great roster, and they just got a great player right there. Of course, just kidding about all the Neto stuff I was saying earlier, the negative stuff. But if you take a picture in L.A. Angels gear in a headband out there, I'm going to be very salty. Incredibly salty. Wait a couple weeks before you do a headband shoot, for me at least.
Charles got in here about getting Aaron Whitefield to do it. Whitey would do that in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
And he'd be really good at it, too.
No, he would be great. A lot of personality there. He's so tall, though. He's going to make me look, who cares? I don't care. Why do I care? If anyone saw my game on the course, why do I care?
Oh, man. Let's see what else we got here. Bob Boland says that I'm sure you guys have heard talk about Salt Lake putting their name in the hat for an MLB expansion franchise. Wishful thinking, but what do you guys think about Rocket City pushing to be AAA?
Oh, wow. That'd be – I don't think it's that easy.
It kind of feels like they already are, right? I mean, look at the guys that get called up.
It kind of is a AAA minus with the way the Angels operate.
I really don't think it matters to me all that much just because they're AA. They already get a ton of the Angels, great prospects. They use us for development. They know what they have here. We've had Logan called up directly. We just had Zach Neto called up directly. We had other guys last year. They got pulled. Aaron Whitefield got pulled up and went and played with the parent club. And several other guys did that. I really don't know what being AAA.
The thing about this question is the business part of this one. I don't think it's very easy because of that. Because, think about a team like the Rocket City Trash Pandas. Mm-hmm. It's not like all of the affiliates for the Angels are owned by the Angels. All of these teams are independently owned by different groups. And I was actually having this discussion on Saturday with some people because Nashville is also in that discussion to try to get an expansion team. Yeah. They also have a AAA team, the Nashville Sounds. So how would that work if you bring a pro team into a town that has a AAA team? Because the AAA team is not owned by the pro franchise. So would they be kicked out of town? Would they be able to stay? Do you have to relocate? I don't know how that
would be work. So interesting to see, too.
The leagues have their deals, too. Like the Southern League has their teams. You have a deal there. So there'd be a lot of moving parts. I don't know.
When you break down attendance and stuff, too, across all of minor league baseball, Nashville is always way up the list. They're always right at the top as well. So if you put a major league franchise there in Nashville, I was actually, no joke, thinking about that this morning. Because I didn't forget to take a shower. And during that shower, that's what was going through my head. You mentioned you forgot to take a shower and you shaved your mustache.
No, when I got out of the shower.
I thought you said you forgot to.
I know. Who forget? No, I didn't forget to take it. I got to work and I was like, wait a minute.
I forgot
that most important part of my morning. No, when I got out of the shower.
Oh, well, in the shower this morning, I don't know why, but that was on the top of my mind. I was like, wait, how does that – because Nashville's been thinking about a major league franchise for a long time.
I had the same discussion on Saturday. And Robert says they could always move to Knoxville.
I really don't know how that worked because if Nashville gets a franchise, I would imagine it would be something like Oakland, and the AAA affiliate out there in Nashville is of the was it Milwaukee? It's the Brewers, right?
Right.
So, I mean, they'd be two competing at different levels, but two competing franchises. I don't know how that would work. I don't think they'd be forced to move, but I think smart business tells you all the attendance we were getting here, they're probably going to start gravitating over towards the major league club.
Yeah, and I don't know if anyone has any knowledge for when this has happened in the past. When's the last time a team's been added to the league? Can you think of what was the last new team?
It had to have been when we were kids.
It has to be.
It's been. I guarantee it's been within our lifetime. I just don't know.
What, the Expos and Marlins? No, not Expo. Marlins and
right? The Nationals got moved from.
Yeah, but they were the Expos, so they already. The Expos been around for a while. Let me find. Is the Marlins? Oh, and the.
Would it be the Marlins?
And the Rays.
Oh yeah, there you go. That's right. Duh.
Right. Yeah, so that was 98. So I don't know if. No, dude, not the Marlins. The Diamondbacks and the Rays. When were the Marlins?
I have no idea.
Yeah, okay. Rockies and Marlins were 93.
Okay.
And then the Devil Rays and the Diamondbacks, they were announced in 98.
Okay. But we're not talking about just new franchises, because if Nashville gets one, it's going to be a team relocated. So even if a team has been relocated there, I mean, we've seen what the Nationals getting relocated from place to place. So any team that's been moved from one place and is taking up residence in a new place that might have a AAA team or any other minor league team, I'm very curious to see what kind of impact that had, because I legitimately, with nobody preempting that conversation, thought about that this morning. I'm like, what happened to the Sounds? So
I honestly don't know. I've had the Nashville discussion where it's like this area is so full of Braves fans. Mm-hmm. It would take like generations for that Nashville team to really find its real fans. You know what I mean? Like their fans would be people that like just recently moved in the area or something. Like, because I mean. Would you stop being a Braves fan?
That's again exactly where my mind went after thinking about what was going to happen to the Sounds. I don't know why. That's definitely got to be something you think about, because it's going to take either several generations or it's going to take that team winning is what it's going to take. Because as soon as it's new, it's going to be fun. You're going to go to the games and you're kind of going to dip your toe into the water, but keep everything out over here on the Braves side. And then when that team starts doing well. It's new, you're going to go to their games. But when they start winning something, it's easy when they're losing to go, no, I'm a Braves fan. But if they start winning in your city, then you're naturally just going to start gravitating over to them. So, it could take generations. But once it starts winning is when people are going to become the actual fans. I mean, I hate to say it that way, but it's true.
Well, Nashville's got a case study with the Preds.
100%, dude. I mean, they had
no one cared about them until they got good.
They were having a party. There were bands doing concerts on the roofs of their bar, the rooftop of their bars. And the streets of Nashville were filled with 100,000 people before a hockey game.
Yeah, I was down there. That was insane.
Yeah, nuts. It's nuts. Nashville's had a heck of a stretch. Like 2016, they had the Preds in the Stanley Cup. And then you had even the Titans' New Jersey reveal in Nashville drew over 20,000 people.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even that cool of a jersey. And then you had the NFL draft there.
You could bring anything to Nashville and it'll work.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
But I just found Tampa's got a single A team. They also have a pro team. So I wonder how it would be with a pro team moving into a AAA town.
Yeah.
Like a single A ballpark like Tampa. I've seen the numbers they have. Like I don't think it's like it's a real big ballpark or anything like that. So you can coexist in a professional town, but like Nashville has a ballpark in downtown Nashville, like.
Right.
I don't know.
And they draw.
And then it would be AAA for another team, so there'd be like a lot of guys who you'd recognize on that team, but they'd be a part of a totally different system. It would, I don't know. I feel like you'd have a hard time finding support for your minor league team when you have a hometown team. Like, hey, let's go root for those guys that might play for the Brewers,
right? Or
we can go root for the guys that play for us now at the professional level.
I agree. I think that would be, back when we were on the radio, I talked to a few people from the initiative trying to bring a major league team there. To Nashville. If that ever picks up steam again, they've been trying for several years to get a team over there in Nashville. But if that continues, I would love to talk to someone that works for the Sounds to figure out how that impacts them and how they feel about that. Are they starting up any kind of initiative to stop it from what is that like?
Right.
What kind of resistance is there? Is there any resistance? Are you allowed to? Like, do you just have to sit there and take it? Like, I would love to find out the answers to these questions.
Yeah. Is it kind of like if you own a hardware store and all of a sudden you find out there's a Walmart coming in?
Yeah, you're a locally owned business, and you're like, well, I mean, I can't stop it. It's going to have better prices, and it's bigger. People are more from better brand name recognition.
Yeah.
So
I don't know, man. I got to do some research into that one, see if what was going on in Denver or in Miami back when those teams formed in '93.
Yeah,
you'd think they would have something. I don't know. Maybe those teams just never had AAA. Interesting question, though. Interesting stuff.
Would love to see what happens with that. All I know is.
But in summary, Zach Neto, if you take a headband photo without me in the next couple weeks, I am. Oh.
Well, back to what we were talking about, the Rocket City trying to be a AAA team. I really just don't think. I don't know what the incentive, how that would make us better in any way, because we already get the farm system right now. It's phenomenal for us. Because we get to see a lot of the great guys that end up moving on eventually to go play for the parent club. We perform really well. Our attendance is phenomenal. Our attendance definitely is up there in all of minor league baseball, or AA at least. I don't know what kind of incentive would there be for us to go to AAA. I mean, we get just about everything we want right now.
Personally, I think AA is the best. And I've heard this from a lot of people that have worked in baseball for a while. They said AAA can be weird sometimes, because sometimes you have that collection of guys that are either about to make their move to the pros for the first time, or you have those guys that have been to the pros and now they're back down to AAA, so they're kind of bitter, or maybe they feel like they shouldn't even be here. Or it's a different mindset than here in AA, where you got a bunch of guys between the age of 20 and 28 that are all for the most part, like they haven't touch the pros. They're all fighting for it. They're eager. They got the same goal. AAA is a different dynamic. High A is all rookie ball, so it's no one's going to go straight from high A to the majors, or at least very rarely. But maybe the bonus would be if we were a AAA team, we would get rehab starts more often. Like that team that's got what is it? San Diego's AAA team. Is it El Paso? Or I don't know who it is, but they got Fernando Tatis playing there now during his rehab starts. Have you seen any of this?
I've seen that he is absolutely ripping.
He's like 10 for 12 with like 8 home runs. He's batting like 833 or something. I don't know how he gets allowed to play down there despite being suspended, but I think that'd be the only bonus, is you would occasionally get big names that you'd be like, oh, hey, we can go see that person. That'd be cool. But I don't think that's really worth it. I think you get to enjoy your team better here because you got a better core than you do at AAA, where a lot of guys are going up and down, and then once the trade deadline comes, maybe some of them are gone, or you get pieces moved in.
I hate to say it this way because I don't want to deprive anybody of being a AAA team here or whatever, but I think if Salt Lake did become their own MLB franchise, I think the Angels would probably be better off just trying to uproot another franchise, another AAA team somewhere close to there, because that's one of the benefits of having Salt Lake as their AAA team. It's close, way closer than here. I mean, you're talking about sending someone down. If we're the AAA affiliate, you're talking about sending someone down for a rehab assignment. Think about how far they would have to come just to play a couple games.
Well, think about Nashville to Milwaukee.
Exactly. That's my point. I absolutely crossed my mind. I just don't know how well that works for them. I know it wouldn't really be great for us. I mean, you're talking about thousands of miles away.
Hey, well, I mean, they can afford plane tickets.
Sure.
They can afford the flights. I don't think that's an issue.
I think it'd be weird. It's a lot
Zach Neto
easier.
got from Birmingham to Fenway Park in
I'm not saying it's
hours.
going to be a big issue. It's just, to me, it feels like it's easier to have that club closer, that AAA club closer.
Yeah.
But, hey, I mean, if that meant we could have, Shohei or Trout down here for a game, or maybe, no, I don't want to wish illness or anything on anybody, obviously. But if someone had to have a rehab assignment, maybe guys we've had before, guys we haven't, it'd be cool. But, I mean, that's about the only other thing I could think of, because right now everything else goes our way. I mean, we
got one guy on an assignment last year. Jimmy Herget, the pitcher.
Oh, my goodness.
He pitched 2 to 4 innings, something like that. I think he had 2 appearances. I don't know how long. It might have been an inning piece.
I completely forgot about that.
But we did have a rehab start here. So, I mean, it's happened.
I forgot about that. Yeah, we were really – we prayed and prayed and prayed for the Trout rehab assignment. We got Jimmy Herget.
It was very interesting the way they operate, too, on rehab assignments. He shows up at 5:30, gets dressed, goes to the bullpen, pitches an inning, and then he's out of here by the 8th.
Yeah.
He takes a shower. He doesn't hang out. It's all business. So that was kind of cool to see from behind the scenes. They just, hey, you're up. Okay, hold on, let me put a jersey on real quick. Throw some innings. All right, I'm going to get out of here. I'll see you guys.
All right, Jimmy, we'll see you later. All right, it was Jimmy Herget, everybody.
I wonder if Fernando Tatis is doing that. Is he hanging out with his teammates?
No
How's
shot.
that go?
No
There's
shot.
no way, right?
No
He's
way.
just showing up, putting a jersey on, batting 833.
He's skipping them in line, wherever they go to eat.
Oh, look at this comment right here. Chris Smith, 15 in the comments. Where's this news coming from? I don't know if this is real or not, but I'm going to go by it because it's in text in front of me. If Nashville gets an MLB team, the Sounds would have to leave Nashville, and Music City Baseball would have to purchase the territorial rights. Is Music City Baseball the group that owns the Nashville Sounds?
Music City Baseball, I think, is the initiative, I believe, that's trying to get.
Oh, they would have
Major
to
League
buy.
team.
Okay, so they'd have to buy out the AAA team essentially. Is that what you're saying?
Pack your bags, Milwaukee.
Which, if you're the owner of the team, sounds like a sweet payday. If you work for the team, sounds like not good. Yeah. That's an interesting dynamic there, dude. But hey, money talks at the end of the day. If they want to put a pro team in your town, if they're going to bring a Walmart, your hardware store's got to adjust. Am I right?
That's right. You have to get the hardware store. If there's a Walmart coming, the Walmart's got to buy you out. How's that? Why isn't that a rule for everybody? Well, I guess some local businesses wouldn't want to be bought out anyway.
I'm going to say shout out to Tom on Twitter who just reached out to me. Tom is – look, this is –
Tom Spillane?
Tom Spillane. He's from the United Kingdom. And I'm not familiar with the cities much. His bio says was from Kent, now from Hereford. So, out there in Hereford, what's up?
Hey, baby.
We got some folks out there in Cali. We got some folks out there in Hereford, formerly of Kent. What's up, Tom?
We got dudes in Japan.
He just tweeted. He said it's going to be a great day for a podcast.
Excuse me, we got dudes out there in China.
Oh, man, you want to see if we're still charting in China?
We were 58 last week.
I forgot about that.
We found out last week, so Ricky can find out. It's not where we are on the list of podcasts. It's where we are on the list of baseball podcasts. We were at 58 in China last week.
No, we were at 68.
68 China last week. We peaked at 9.
Oh, dude, we were at 58. No, we were at 68. We moved up to 67. Remember I told you La Semana de los Bombarderos, which was the podcast ahead of us, the Spanish-speaking Yankees podcast? They moved up a spot, too. They're still ahead of us, dude. We moved up to 67. They moved up to 66.
We jumped Strib Sports Daily.
What's up, Strib Sports? You ain't got nothing in China.
How's it feel down there, nerds?
But La Semana de los Bombarderos, mi corazón es a fuego in my need to dethrone you from the 66th best baseball podcast in the Republic of China. I don't think it's a
Empire. They have emperors, right?
I don't know. Whatever I said, that I totally was not trying to be offensive to anybody in that audience who's downloading it or whatever. But
Tom Spillane did get in, and he said tomorrow's going to be a good day at work if there's a Bullpen podcast to listen to. There will be.
We're here for you, Tom, and now you're in it.
That's right.
Cheers. I think people in England like when you say that too.
Cheers.
I like that.
Gigawatt Memory says, bro, the Trash Pandas dominated the Barons this past few games. Yes, they did. They won 5 of 6 games.
Beat them up.
They scored double digits in almost every single one of them, at least 4 of them, I believe. The last one, they won yesterday 6-4. Like I said, Zach Neto.
They were Neto-less.
Yeah, Zach Neto hit 500 in his 4 games there. The starting pitching, again, has been phenomenal for the Trash Pandas. They were able to get out of a couple of the jams late when they did give up some runs. This is a team that we knew was going to bounce back. That was a weird first week. I'm glad it happened in the first week because, we go viral, something embarrassing happened, but we get to rebound as a really good baseball team. Even without Zach Neto, which we are going to miss, this is a very good ball club. Very good baseball team.
I was going to download a cock-a-doodle-doo sound effect into the thing, but I forgot to signify the waking up of our bats. But they've woken up. Tucker Flint. How about Tucker Flint? You been following his stats in Birmingham?
Tucker Flint went 0 I believe, in his first 3 games here.
Or as I called it, warm-up games.
Yeah, the warm-up games. He didn't get a hit. He's one of the new guys this season that we have. And he had, I think 11 hits against Birmingham?
11.
In 6 games.
You had 11 of them.
In 6 games. Oh, my gosh. Now, obviously, they've only played 2 teams. They played 3 games with the Lookouts. They played 6 games with the Barons. The Barons, if you look at their record, they won 2 games. They did take 1 from They're not doing very good right now. So
they had a rough
maybe
year
that
last
has something to do with a little bit of it. But we get the Biloxi Shuckers coming into town starting tomorrow. So we'll see. We'll get
the old Huntsville Stars coming into town. Okay, interesting.
That's right.
They got the old Stars manager still, right? Guerrero?
Oh, I was thinking of. Never mind.
What?
No,
what were you?
All
right, cool. We'll just leave that, I guess.
I mean, believe the guy I was thinking of is no longer with us. But
what are you talking about now?
When you said former manager, my mind went to Don Mincher. And I'm like, well, I don't think he's here anymore.
Don Mincher owned the team like 50 years ago or something.
Yeah, he's not here anymore.
That's not who I'm talking about.
That's where my mind went. I know it's not who you're talking about, but that's my mind jumped right to him.
That's your most recent history of Huntsville Stars managers?
That's why I said never. I moved here like right before the team left. I don't really know much about the Stars.
Well, what, did you move into Don Mincher's basement in '74? What are you talking about? How'd you even? Well, I don't know. I don't know why. Let's go back to the comments.
We retired his
Let's go back to the
number
comments.
on.
Papa Yovan, father of one of our players, he says my favorite Bond villain, Zach Christofak, got his first W with Joyce getting his first save. That is true on Sunday. Zach Christofak, future Bond villain, getting his first dub.
Does he wear a chain? Like I feel like Bond villains have to look like tall and menacing, but also they've got some style.
I think it's a Goldfinger reboot. That's why he pitches now. That finger, the spin rate's insane. And they check him. They're like, it's got to be Spider Tech. And he goes, no, Gold.
We're going to call him Goldfinger now?
Uh-huh. And then like that little scene in the intro where you see down the barrel of the bullet and James Bond's in there and goes, yeah, he's just going to get pop, pop, pow. Fastball, pop, pop, pop.
So I do have the stats up.
Like, there you go. Anyways, got the stats up.
Just acknowledging what you said.
No, I like that acknowledgement.
As we said, Tucker Flint went 0 for in that first series. He is now 11 of 34. So that is batting .324. Now, Tucker Flint is now batting .324. Just to kind of give you an idea of where our bats are, Orlando Martinez, who was hot in that first series, he's batting .267. Kyron's starting to come alive. You've got Miles Emerson. Remember he filled in for Caro?
Mr. Efficiency.
Yeah. He went back up to the plate after going 2 for 3 or whichever he was. He is batting 4 for 7 now. Whew, .571.
That is a man who makes the most out of his opportunities.
Yeah, that's right. Batting .571. Edgar Caro, the usual everyday catcher, is 8 of 26. So he's batting .308. You want to talk about bats? Neto's bat was amazing. He was hitting .444 before he left. He's not the only good bat in the lineup. So
it's not .445. It's whatever.
It's .444.
It's all right. Could have been .445 is what I'm saying.
If he was good, it would have been .4.
I mean, yeah.
We still have, and Miles Emerson, his OPS is 1.285. Make the most of it.
League MVP, Miles Emerson, folks. Mr. Efficiency.
T.O. started cold. He's batting .250 now. Again, Caro's batting .308. The only guy that's really struggled that was here last year is Kevin Maitan. He's really looking for something at the plate.
Another guy who started a little cold last year, though, and then went on a tear at the end of the season.
Mm-hmm. Very true.
Warm-up games. These are warm-up games, folks. It's April 17th. I mean, yeah, we took Birmingham down very easily over the course of 6 games, but those are warm-up games. I was out this weekend. It was a little chilly. I was playing golf out there. It's sunny. It looked good. I was very cold. Right, it's warming up. No one wins championships in April. We're just getting ready. But it feels good to be, warming up and be 6-3, top of the North Division. We got Biloxi coming in here. Got some strong bats.
And it's going to be an interesting week. Again,
pitching's still nasty, though, too. Can we talk about Coleman Crowe?
Absolutely.
Coleman Crowe almost had a no-hitter the other night before the game that shall not be spoken about happened. But he goes out again against Birmingham, and does he throw 6 scoreless innings? Is that correct?
It was a lot.
It was 6. 6 scoreless innings.
It was 5.
It was 5. It was a Baker's 5, it was a Baker's 6, which is actually 5, because baked goods go bad so quickly. Are you familiar with that term?
Loosely, the correct term, yeah, but not what you're doing.
There's multiple. So a Baker's 6, that's pretty good right there. Pretty good.
He threw 6 innings in that no-hitter, and then he threw 5 no-hit innings, so he's pitched 11 innings total. He's given up 1 hit total in those 11 innings. 1 hit. He's only walked 5 dudes. How many strikeouts he got? Where are those at? I don't see him. 13 strikeouts. He struck out 13 batters.
I was looking at the roster the other day. Coleman Crowe, 29th round pick. Highest round of any player on the Trash Pandas roster.
He's lighting it up, man. He's doing great.
He's killing it right now. So anybody out there, if you're a youngster and you listen to this podcast because you want to be a stud baseball player and you have no other outlet to learn from these great players we have at the Trash Pandas, look at a guy like Coleman Crowe.
That's right.
29th pick. Probably doesn't go into camp there with much herald. A lot of first-round picks. A lot of those guys get in there. He's probably wearing a number that says like 86 on the back of his jersey, something crazy. And the dude kept working, and he has been lights out this year. And he was lights out last year, too.
If the Angels now trying to determine who might be the next guy up on the block to get called up from the Rocket City, now if you're talking about just showing up looking great and being a good prospect, you have to look at Sam Bachman. But if you also look at needs of the team, depends on what the rest of the pitching staff is looking like. I know that they had kind of a log jam there, which a guy like Chase Silseth didn't even crack the rotation. So there might be a little bit of a log jam for a guy like Bachman, but I mean, if he keeps pitching like he has his first 2 games, it's going to be hard to ignore him. I mean, the dude's got 10 2/3 innings pitched. He's only walked 3 dudes, struck out 16 guys. He's given up 4 hits, only 1 run. Sam Bachman has looked and Coleman Crowe, like, for whatever reason, I can't. Sam Bachman looks totally different to me because Crowe ended up pitching that game that fell apart. It wasn't his fault. Bachman went out there afterwards. He was the savior of that series, handled business, kind of got everybody back into it, and looked great. Those 2 guys are anchors of our lineup. They are so good. And I keep going back to how good our starting pitching is because of those 2 guys. So good. And Erla's really good, too. Mason Erla's been really good. And Medeiros has had some really good stuff. He's been out there a couple times. I believe he did get beat up his last outing, but he's got some good stuff. The starting pitching for Trash Pan is anchored by those 3 guys, Erla, Bachman, and Coleman Crowe.
Yeah, I wonder how long it'll be until some of those guys get pulled because they are pitching. I mean, this rotation's very good, and we still haven't seen Kai Bush yet either, who's finishing up an injury, I believe. Yeah. So he should be back over here pretty soon as well, and that's a guy who, I mean, at points last year for like a large segment of the year was untouchable. Mm-hmm. no one was hitting it.
And a couple of our boys that did struggle in that series a couple weeks ago, Eric Torres has since bounced back. He looked good and closed out an inning or a game the other night. Ben Joyce got another save opportunity, closed it out. He's got his first save of the year. Brett Carey, now 2 for 2 on saves. So the bullpen's coming in pretty good as well. I know Ivan Armstrong's pitched a few times. He's looked pretty good when he's gone out there. I can't wait. Hopefully in this 6-game series we'll get to see a little more of Yovan out there. It's a good baseball team. Y'all come out. If you want to watch good baseball, you want to watch good prospects developing, come watch them. You want to come watch have a really entertaining 2.5, 3 hours in between the baseball, come check it out. Ricky and Lindsay do a great job of putting on between inning promotions and setting you guys up there. We have a lot of fun to be had here on and off the field in this ballpark. And this week, starting tomorrow, very interesting game times and moving things around. Normally, our weekday games, Tuesday through Friday or Tuesday through Saturday, are typically 6:35 games. And then Sundays are 2:35, and then as it gets hotter, they're going to be 4:05, then it's going to go back to 2:35. This week is going to be different because we have a day game coming up on Wednesday. So, because of the day game, Tuesday's game starts a little earlier. Tomorrow, we will be starting first pitch at 6:05, which means gates will open earlier at 5, VIP gates at 4:30. Wednesday, we have a day game, 11. If you want to come out here, and as Ricky says, play hooky with the Panders.
Do it. All right, I wish I worked somewhere else just so once I could play hooky and go to a day baseball game. Instead, I'm paid for it, so that is part of the job, which is, I guess, kind of like playing hooky, but not really. But you can take advantage of this, all right? Hey, boss, I got to go to a ribbon cutting, whatever. Come on out here and watch a ball game with us, man. The weather is going to be beautiful to start the week. Yeah. We got a high of 81 tomorrow with sun, no rain in the forecast. That's tomorrow, which is the first game of the series. Wednesday, that day game I'm talking about, 85, sunny. We got some great days for baseball coming up. So
absolutely,
come join us out here. It's starting to warm up a little bit. This might be the best part of the season, weather-wise. You know, it's getting nice now. You know, once you get into the summer, it gets a little warm out there. Towards the end of the year, it still actually stays pretty warm pretty much the whole time. But this is like the little bit of spring we get to start the year before it gets before the old summer rolls around the corner. So, yeah, come on out, man.
It's going to be so much fun.
This day game on Wednesday, we got another one in May, but then we don't have another day game outside of a Sunday afternoon game until September. So
that's right.
If you want to Ferris Bueller your day,
come take advantage of it. It's going to be a lot of fun, man. I don't advocate for this, but I know a lot of senior classes. I know you did, and I did. I didn't do anything on mine, but you have a senior skip day. Right?
I used every absence I was allowed to use in school without being sent to truancy court every year from 7th grade on.
So you senior skipped your way.
Oh, I knew exactly how many days I got. I knew exactly how many, if like you had another one. Mm-hmm. I knew you had like a little grace period before you get in trouble. So I made sure to use those days. All right, folks, that's what I'm asking, all right, is use your days wisely. If you know you can blow off a day and go to a ball game, I'd say you go ahead and do it.
If you're not going to school on Wednesday, I'm not saying you're skipping
I'm not talking
school.
About school. Don't do as I do or say. Really just don't listen to me at all.
But you can come watch him Wednesday afternoon here at the ball field.
I don't know where to go from here. I feel like
So it's an education day, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to have a lot of students out here. You don't have to be a student to come to the game, but it is an education
day.
There
are field trips coming to the game, yeah.
Have you gotten confirmation? It's week of now. Have we gotten confirmation of the hot dog dance? Is that going down? Are we doing the hot dog dance?
You tell me, buddy. You're leading that storm.
I'll do it. I'll do the hot dog. I'm not the one who schedules it, though.
I'll get it in there for you.
Yeah.
We'll hot dog dance it. We'll get you on that dugout.
Feeling a little hot dog dance coming on now.
Get the people going. Hey, let me see. What you got?
What do you know about this?
What you know? There it is. Swing those arms.
It's key, dude. This is Mickey. Mickey's the lead. That's what
so
he does.
Fluid. You're like the Zach Neto of the hot dog dance.
I don't have the flexibility to do the goofy. He does like the flying crane kick. He does this little deal right here. Sticks the leg out.
Those look like activewear slacks. I think you're all right.
No, the pants will not tear, but every ligament in my leg probably will if I keep that up.
Okay, that's fair. So. Look good, though. You still got it.
That's the hot dog dance, man.
But he still got it. Look, I'm seeing a replay right here on my screen. That was crisp.
That was just for you guys. Come out and check that out and hot dog dance your way away.
Hey, but for real, though, if you're in school, school's important and stuff. But if you're at work and you want to skip it, you should probably come out here and watch a game with us. It's really cool.
It's important and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Hey, do your homework, okay? Remember that.
Oh, man, let's see. They're still going. Robert, you were like, MILB TV needs to pay you a commission because he is in this chat every single time we do a podcast answering somebody's question that I missed about watching the Trash Pandas games on MILB TV.
You really should get a commission. This is fantastic.
Yeah.
You do a great job.
Phenomenal. So
unofficial secretary of the comments. Robert right there, letting people know. If you got questions, he usually gets to it before we do.
Is anyone going to keep track how many times Neto's lost his helmet? Is that a thing he does?
Probably because of that headband. Hot shot.
Oh, yeah. Just get Whitefield to do it, man.
Whitefield doesn't wear headbands when he plays.
So he'll wear one for the video. What's it matter?
Or you know what? I think he does. We'll get somebody. I mean, I'm just being sour.
Hey, has he – I'm whispering because I don't want the other players to hear. Has he done his thing yet? Is he?
What? Yeah, we'll have to catch up with him and figure that out.
Yeah, I want to see if he's done that or not.
Did they get him a loose helmet? Was the guy whose spot he took on the Angels, he have a big dome?
I don't know.
Is that a little rookie situation? They get you a funny-sized helmet? Because, Zach Neto here was the stud.
Yeah, he was the guy.
Look at him. He's playing great. You go to the Angels, you're playing with Trout and Ohtani, dude. You're at the end of the totem pole there.
And that's got to be think about that dynamic, too, man. Like you said, you're the guy here, but then you get called up. You go from hitting 444.
You're the guy your whole life.
You go from hitting 444 in your first 7 games this season to straight up to hitting with Trout, Ohtani, and Ohapi, who's already been there. I wonder how that is in the locker room.
I know, right? And you're there, and you got to take your photos, and you're at Fenway.
I feel
like do the vets give you a bunch of crap? I bet that's got to be so intimidating, man. You walk into that Angels locker room. Here you are. Was he 21 years old?
Yeah.
You're over there playing, and you're playing for a team called the Trash Pandas. Trout and Ohtani just had a showdown on the World Baseball Classic, watched by 100 million people. You're in 2 different classes. That's got to be.
And I feel like he's a good enough personality where he kind of feels it out. He goes in there.
Yeah,
right. Shy. It's not like a Whitefield and Cabbage that can walk anywhere and can kind of attitude-wise command attention.
Well, I don't feel like it's tough no matter where you go, man.
Well, I'm not saying it's not tough, but just how their personalities are, they're going to go and they're not going to go and act like they're big shot, but they're going to go and joke around no matter what.
Well, yeah,
they're going to do
older
their
guys
thing.
too. But as a younger dude, you got that first round pick thing with you. There's definitely reasons for people to
and keep
to
in
look
mind,
at you a little different. But
and that's a good point too. Keep in mind that Zach Neto was a first round pick not even a year ago. It's been 9 months.
First player in that draft to make the major leagues.
That's amazing. That is amazing. But just to give you an idea how young the guy is, man. I mean, he hasn't been in Double-A baseball for a while, minor league baseball for a while, figuring things out as a top prospect. This dude was drafted July, and played for the Pandas at the end of the year. But only played 20-something games, and then played the first 7 games this year. And he's
Do you think he's just sitting on the bench, staring at Ohtani and Trout from time to time, just getting zoned out, and realizing oh wait, hold on,
he probably sits there.
He stop. I'm on their team.
Probably sits there the whole time the other team's batting, and then right as he's working up the courage to say something, they get up and they have to go out to the field. Oh no, yeah, you're right. It's
got to be
third out.
Dude.
How long until he forgets there's 2 outs or there's only 1 out, like Javi Baez did?
I don't know. What a cool journey, man. And these comments, I got to address this one from Papa Hayes' Hazy Place. He comments, #Kenyon Yovan 21, excuse me. Papa Hayes' Hazy Place. Welcome into the chat there, partner. It looks like he's, or her, or Papa, I guess Papa, he's riding in the van with us.
Oh, yeah.
Where are you at, Papa Hayes? You with the Yovan clan, or you just pulled on up and saw what was going on? What's happening? I'm very curious about that name. Papa Hayes' Hazy Place. I'm Googling that.
Google
Is that
it.
a place?
I feel like something's got to come up there. But while you're doing that, to answer Daddy Yovan's question here. Any word on if the club is sending anyone to take Neto's place? Again, what our infield looked like before Zach Neto got here last summer, late in the summer, it was already really, really solid. So I would just imagine that you've got guys like Jeremiah Jackson, Jose Gomez, and Kyron Paris.
I don't know who's filling that spot, though. I haven't seen anything.
Gomez did in Birmingham.
No, I
but
mean
I don't know
like
if
just
permanent.
literally the roster spot. Like you get rid of a
gotcha.
guy, you got to bring another one in. I haven't seen anything yet that says who that person's going to be, but I have a feeling we'll probably find out tomorrow.
Yeah. So, anything?
Nah, I don't know.
Because that could go different ways. That could definitely be like an IPA, or that could definitely be,
Well, Yovan, they're out from I'm all guy. I'm all guy.
out of Montana.
I had a feeling with Papa after I said that was a stupid thing to say. Yeah, Papa Hayes is a dude out of Montana.
Let's go, dude. We got dudes in
You
California.
selling some of that legal weed over there? That's what it sounds like when I heard Papa Hayes' Hazy Place. I'm like, is this a dispensary? Or?
Yeah.
Hey, all power to you. I know Kenyon played at Oregon. They got different rules up there, so possibly.
No, I don't want to do that. Charles says bring back Palmero to place mine. I don't want to take anybody from AAA.
Maiton's fine.
Yeah, you don't want to take someone away from AAA just because we need a roster spot filled. It's not Palmero's fault that Maiton's having a slow start to the season.
Sorry, I started
Maiton will be
reading out
all right.
loud.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
Kenyon's the mother's cousin. It's family. All right.
Let's go, man. The Yovans have taken it. Look, all right.
Any explanation on the Papa Hayes' Hazy Place, though? Still looking, or is that a nickname? We got the family connection. We got the year in Montana. I just, all the family members have their name, mom, dad, and then Kenyon's mom's cousin's coming out of left field, dropping a Papa Hayes' Hazy Place. I'm a curious fellow.
All right, listen here, newbies. All right. The Calabrese family, the Flint family, Emerson family. What else we got? The Caro family. Listen up, guys. You got a lot of work to do because this show's been taken over by the Yovans, all right?
Dude, his marketing team is sick.
Yeah.
They got new family members popping out every week on this podcast.
I'm not saying that they love their son more than you love your son. I'm just saying they vocally support it more.
Nailed it. Professional grower and cannabis extractor for concentrates. I was like, that cannot be a place that sells office supplies. It can't be. That's cool, man.
Yeah.
We'll have to check it out when we're invited to the family reunion.
Do a road show.
We already know most of the
Montana.
people now. Yeah, we already know 4 members of the family.
Yeah.
And plus, I consider Kenyon my younger brother, even though I've only spoke to him once and digitally to his parents and cousin. But yeah,
I haven't even spoken to him yet.
I can't wait to get him in here, dude.
Dude, we're gonna act like we know him, and we know his family more than we know him. So it's gonna be a really.
I just want to do
weird.
nothing but brotherly activities, like maybe just rough house.
Dude,
maybe play with some Legos. I don't know.
First thing,
Talk
we
about
get
girls.
in here, we sit down, we give him a microphone like normal, and then as soon as we start, just
Yeah. How are you doing? Yeah. He's probably not going to like us, dude.
Not at all,
Yeah,
no.
we should probably cool that down.
probably gonna get assaulted.
We'll be all right, though. We'll be all right. Sick commercial, though, for Papa Hayes' Hazy Place. I know where I'm going if I ever go to Montana.
Oh, 100%.
No doubt.
So
Going to check it out.
my wife
Haven't
wants
been
to-
very close, though, at all to Montana.
I don't think I have either. What states are around Montana?
Chicago.
That's what? It's not a state. It's a city,
I don't
but
know.
yeah. All right.
I don't know. Is that Yellowstone? The show?
Have you been there?
I don't know, but I've seen the show.
Well, I'm
That's the closest I've been.
trying to think of states that are close to see if I've been close because I don't know.
Washington State. Washington State.
Your level of confidence is just through the
Idaho.
roof right now.
Idaho, I believe, is on the southwestern corridor of the state, if memory serves me correctly.
I don't know.
That's right, isn't it? Look at that.
Don't know.
See, the funny side of Idaho meets the funny side of Montana right there.
The funny
Kind of looks like a face. Montana, the edge of Montana looks like a weird face.
It does, yeah.
And then Idaho kind of looks like a water pistol.
No, I've been nowhere. I've been nowhere close to Montana before.
Yellowstone is in Montana. I've always wanted to go because everybody in that show looks so cool with their cowboy hats. And then I went to Vegas for a bachelor party, and it was PBR rodeo week, and everyone there I felt like I was in Montana for a week because everyone surrounded by me was wearing, like big belt buckles and cowboy hats and boots, and like they were watching rodeos all day.
Did you feel safe?
I-
Did you feel threatened?
I felt like a wuss. I felt like I wasn't enjoying life to the fullest levels. Like look at these folks know how to dress. They know how to have a good time. Mm-hmm. I don't have a hat.
So I
got shiny belts.
I've never been anywhere close, but my stepdad and his whole family, and they breed gigantic Western cowboys. Like they're all like 6'6" plus, 250 pounds plus. They're just built big, right?
Yeah.
And they're all like cowboys from Oklahoma.
Yeah, I'm not burly enough.
Yeah, dude.
Most of the women that were with this group in Vegas, they were all looked very tough and like they built very well. And I'm like, I couldn't hang. They would just beat me up.
My stepdad, like he used to help his buddy do chores when they were growing up because he didn't have the best home life, so he'd like live with his friends and stuff, and he'd have to help them do chores. But they wasn't like taking out the trash, doing dishes. Chores for him was like, hey, go wrangle up the cattle. Before
they're all that, they hear that term thrown around here. They're country strong.
Oh my, yeah, 100%.
I'm not. They'd know. They would get me out of there in no time.
I grew up with the definition of country strong. My stepdad is a massive country strong human being.
Tossing bales.
And his whole family, too. It's not just that like he worked out a ton or anything. Like he was a great basketball player in high school, but it wasn't that he just worked out a whole bunch. His whole family looks like that.
Toss bales and raise hail, baby.
That's right.
Is that a tattoo? Does he got that tattoo somewhere?
He does not.
Throwing bales and raising hail?
He is very anti-tattoo.
Oh, okay.
So
see, yep. Oh, sweet, dude. We just got an invite to Papa Hayes' Hazy Place. I'm pumped about that.
Even though it's illegal there, I don't know if I can legally read here in Alabama what he just said. So, but I'm in.
If I ever end up in Montana, I feel like I'd fit in more there than if I went to like a saloon.
Yeah.
I'd walk in with my shirt, my pants. I'd be like,
yeah, I feel like you definitely fit in at a place called Papa Hayes' Hazy Place.
My head has been hazy for years. I mean, it's just to get a thought out's a work. That would be.
Well, I think he's got some things listed here in this comment that get you right. So it sets you right.
Sounds like it.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to meet the Yovans, man.
Dude, I'm so
excited.
excited.
Sounds like a fun group of people.
We're gonna meet Kenyon, and like I'm gonna project everything his dad and mom have said through him, as if like it's him. So I'm gonna treat him like I know him.
Yeah, he's probably gonna be weirded out.
Does he even know? Does he even know you guys listen and watch this at all? Like,
I told him because on media day. Oh, whoa. Sorry, dude. We're over here by the Arsenal, and sometimes during the day they're doing like practices or something with helicopter. I think I just saw a flare go. Did you see that?
You said whoa, and your eyes kind of went like this. And as I tried to look over, I saw like a little flash in the window. I thought we were about to blow up. I was like, oh, I kind of flinched when I looked over.
That was crazy, dude. I'm sorry. What was I saying?
I was looking for the mushroom.
I saw a helicopter fly by and throw out like the little flare thing in video games when someone's about to shoot you from behind. You want to get rid of them or whatever. Like, I don't know what that's really called in real life because video games are the only reference I have. Because, as I was saying earlier, I'm not a real man and I can't wear a cowboy hat. But I think I just saw one of those. That was crazy. Sometimes during this time when the show's happening, you'll see a helicopter fly by and then nosedive at a 90-degree angle, and then just dip it right up, and you're like, dude.
You have no idea how hard that scared me.
That was wild, wasn't it?
This is what I saw. Like, I'm looking at you, so I see, whoa, and then as I'm looking over to look, I get about here, and right here I see a flash of light. So I'm expecting to see a mushroom cloud and then turn back around and you taking cover because I thought we were about to die.
That was wow. No, it's the opposite.
It was
this is training. Yeah, this is like we're good at this. Look, there's another. Now I think that's the same guy. Now he's over there. Wild stuff.
What?
Papa Hayes is over here just ripping up the chats, just like he's ripping something else.
He said, I like Papa Hayes.
Oh, deflection flares. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah.
Bob says, just don't disguise Papa Hayes as Neil because, as we all know, talking about the race. Charles was trying to get him to come down here and eat one of his baked goods and run the race.
Charles over here trying to get me pinched.
Yeah.
Hey, dude, leave my name out of it, will you? These things are forever. I've got to delete this live show now from YouTube afterwards because the paper trail I have.
If we're ever in Montana, though.
Oh, there's no doubt. I'm stopping by. I got to see what this is about.
But anyways, dude, if Zach Neto takes a picture with anybody in a headband.
Oh, I will. He's dead to me.
We're going to have to wrap this one up, man. Thank y'all so much for watching. We really appreciate y'all getting in here. Hopefully going to have Kenyon on here on Friday. No pod on Wednesday because we have a day game, so we really won't have any time to record it before we get off. So we will be back on Friday to recap all the games. We'll have, 3 games in the books by then. So we'll be able to recap where the Trash Pandas are. If anything, there'll still at least be 500, baby, by Friday. You know what I mean? They'll still at least be 500. Probably better because they're really good. I'm Tony Mack. That's Tricky Ricky. Come check us out at any of the games this week or check us out here on the podcast from 2 to 3. We'll see you on Friday.
Shout out to Papa Hayes.